Hey everyone, welcome back. We're doing a deep dive today, especially for all you nurses out there, into AI for nurse intelligence.
Looking forward to it.
Our guide today is basic AI concepts, and, well, I guess our mission, if you want to call it that,
Sure.
is to give you a clear idea of how AI can help you out with your everyday tasks as a nurse.
Absolutely.
Not about robots taking over or anything like
Right.
that, just the practical stuff, you know.
Right. We can start by breaking down some AI basics.
Perfect.
Like, what exactly is AI?
Yeah, that's a good place to start.
So artificial intelligence, AI, is basically the idea of machines, like computers being able to think like humans.
Okay.
So giving them the ability to learn and solve problems and make decisions, kind of like we do.
So AI is the big picture then.
Exactly.
But then what about all these other terms we keep hearing, like machine learning and deep learning?
Yeah.
Are they just like fancy ways of saying AI?
Not really. I mean, machine learning or ML, that's a type of AI, right? Where the computer system learns from data to get better at what it does. So imagine a program that gets better at diagnosing something the more patient data it looks at.
Okay.
That would be machine learning in action.
Yeah.
And then there's deep learning. Think of that like a super powered version of ML.
Uh-huh.
It uses these complex things called neural networks to go even deeper with the data analysis.
I like that.
Yeah.
ML is like a powerful tool, and then deep learning is like the turbocharged version of it.
Exactly.
So how is AI different from automation then? Are they basically the same thing?
Well, both of them use technology, obviously, but there's a big difference.
Okay.
Automation is about doing those same tasks over and over, like scheduling appointments.
Right. We already see that in a lot of healthcare systems.
Exactly. But AI, that's more about decision-making and learning from experience. Think of it like this. Automation follows a script, the same steps every time.
Yeah.
AI can actually adapt and learn from new information, so it's way more dynamic.
So automation is like a worker bee, just following instructions. And then AI is more like a detective, always analyzing and adapting.
That's a great way to put it.
So what are some of the AI tools that are making a difference in healthcare right now?
Well, there's quite a few that are making a big impact.
Okay.
And they all have the potential to change the way you work as a nurse. Some of the key ones are natural language processing, that's NLP,
Okay.
computer vision, robotics, predictive analytics, and generative AI.
That's a lot. Let's
Yeah.
start with NLP. What is that exactly?
Okay, so imagine an AI assistant that can actually understand your patient notes, doctor's orders, even conversations with patients. That's NLP in a nutshell.
Okay.
It's all about teaching computers to understand human language and how to use it.
That sounds super useful for like documentation and just communication with patients in general.
Definitely.
What about computer vision? That sounds pretty futuristic.
It is. It's basically giving machines the ability to see and understand images, just like we do. In healthcare, this means AI systems can analyze those medical images, like X-rays and CT scans. And often they can do it even faster and more accurately than humans.
So AI could actually be like a second set of eyes for radiologists then, helping them spot things and make sure diagnoses are accurate.
Exactly. And then there's robotics, which is a little different from the robot nurses you see in the movies, right?
Yeah, definitely not there yet.
No. It's more about robots that can help out with specific tasks.
Okay.
Like delivering meds or helping patients with rehab exercises.
So robots working with nurses, not replacing them.
Exactly.
Okay, that makes sense. Now, what about predictive analytics? That one sounds really interesting.
Yeah, predictive analytics is all about using data to try to figure out what might happen with a patient's health in the future. So it's kind of like an early warning system.
Okay.
It looks at things like medical history, lifestyle, current vital signs.
Okay.
And then it tries to predict, who might be at higher risk for certain conditions.
That's amazing. Like having a crystal ball, but for health.
Right.
What about that last one? Generative AI, what is that?
Well, it's a really interesting area of AI. It's about creating new content, like text, images, even computer code.
Wow.
For healthcare, you can think of it like an AI that creates personalized patient education materials based on their specific needs.
Okay.
So it helps you explain complex stuff in a way they can easily understand.
So AI can be a creative partner, then helping tailor information for each patient.
Exactly.
Okay. So we've talked about all these different tools, but how does it all actually work? What makes AI tick?
Well, the key ingredient is data.
Okay.
Think of data as the fuel for AI. The more data it has, the better it gets at analyzing information, making predictions, and just generally helping us take care of patients.
So data is really the foundation for all these amazing things AI can do then.
That's right. And it's not just one kind of data either. There's structured data,
Okay.
which is really organized and easy for AI to analyze. Things like, patient records, lab results, medication lists, information that fits into neat categories.
Right, I get it. So what's the other kind?
Unstructured data.
Okay.
It's the messier side of information, the more human side.
Unstructured data, huh?
Yeah.
What would that look like in healthcare?
Well, think about doctor's notes, for example.
Yeah.
All those observations and insights they write down, which are so important for understanding a patient.
Yeah.
But it's not organized in a way that a computer can easily understand.
Right. Makes sense.
Or even trying to, pull information from medical images, or audio recordings of patient interviews.
Okay.
That's all unstructured data. It's a goldmine of information. And AI is getting better and better at figuring it out.
So AI can handle both then?
Yeah.
The neat and tidy data and the more complex stuff? That's pretty impressive.
It is.
But we talked a lot about what AI is and all these tools, but where do we see it actually being used in healthcare right now? What does that look like?
Well, it's popping up everywhere. Hospitals, clinics, research labs, even in patients' homes.
Wow, really?
Yeah. Hospitals are a great example. AI is already super helpful there for managing all that data they generate every single day.
Yeah, hospitals are like data hubs, makes sense. So how is it being used in hospitals specifically?
Well, take electronic health records, EHRs. They're basically the central nervous system for patient information these days, right?
Right.
And AI can look at all that data, find patterns, predict risks for patients, and even suggest treatment plans.
Wow.
Which really helps doctors and nurses make better decisions, especially in emergency situations.
So AI can be a decision support tool in real time then?
Yeah, pretty much.
That's incredible. What else is AI doing in hospitals?
Oh, lots of stuff. Radiology departments are another area where AI is making a difference.
Got it.
AI algorithms can analyze scans, and sometimes they're even better than humans at picking up on those little abnormalities that could be missed.
So it's like a second opinion, but from AI.
Exactly. And that can lead to earlier, more accurate diagnoses.
That's amazing. But it sounds like AI is doing more than just diagnosis in hospitals.
Oh, for sure. It's also being used to make things run more smoothly.
How so?
Like managing how patients move through the hospital, figuring out bed allocation.
Yeah.
Even predicting staffing needs and preventing those hospital-acquired infections.
Wow, so it's making hospitals safer and more efficient.
Exactly. And that's good for everyone, patients and staff.
Now, what about outside of hospitals, like in clinics? Nurses are usually the first ones patients see there.
Yeah.
How is AI helping them?
Clinics are another big area for AI. Think about triage, for instance, figuring out which patients need to be seen right away.
Yeah, that's so important.
Right. And AI can actually help with that. AI systems can look at symptoms, medical history, all sorts of factors,
Okay.
and then help prioritize who needs to be seen first.
That would save so much time for the clinic staff.
Exactly. And then there's chronic disease management, which is a huge deal these days.
Yeah. Right. It's only getting bigger.
Yeah. So imagine an AI system that can keep track of, say, a patient's blood sugar, or if they're taking their meds like they're supposed to, and then gives them feedback and support to help them manage their condition.
So AI is like a personal health coach, almost.
In a way, yeah. It's all about helping patients be more proactive about their health.
That's great. What else is going on in clinics?
Well, we're also seeing more and more of those AI chatbots,
Yeah.
the ones that can answer questions, schedule appointments, give basic health info.
Okay.
It's like having a virtual assistant there to take care of all the routine stuff.
So the staff can focus on the more complicated things.
Exactly.
All right. Let's switch gears one more time and talk about research.
Okay.
How is AI helping us figure out new treatments and make new medical discoveries?
This is where AI can really shine, I think. You can imagine AI going through all that genomic data, the results of clinical trials, scientific papers, and figuring out new drug targets, predicting how well a drug will work, even personalizing treatments based on someone's genes.
Wow, so it's not just about making existing treatments better, but actually discovering brand new ones. That's incredible.
It is.
But it sounds like the impact of AI goes beyond hospitals and clinics and research labs. We're seeing it in people's homes too, right?
Absolutely. I mean, think about all those wearable sensors that track your heart rate, sleep, activity level.
Mm-hmm.
AI can analyze all that data and then give people personalized recommendations, help them make healthier choices.
So AI is going beyond just healthcare settings
Yeah.
and empowering people to take control of their own health.
Exactly. And we're also seeing AI-powered virtual assistants that can remind people to take their meds,
Right.
offer support for chronic conditions, and even connect them with their doctor remotely.
Wow. So it's about making healthcare more accessible for everyone.
Exactly.
It sounds like AI is really revolutionizing the whole patient experience then,
Mm-hmm.
making it more personal and giving people more control.
Absolutely. But of course, just like with any powerful technology, there are some important things we have to think about as we bring AI into healthcare.
What do you mean?
Well, one of the biggest things is data privacy.
Of course.
AI needs a ton of data to work, right? So we have to make sure all that patient data is kept safe and secure and that people's privacy is protected.
Yeah. Patients need to know that their information is being handled responsibly.
Absolutely. And another thing is transparency.
What do you mean by that?
Well, these AI systems are getting more and more complicated. Sometimes it's hard to understand how they're making their decisions.
Okay.
So we have to make sure we understand not just what decisions they're making, but how they're getting there.
So we can be sure those decisions are fair and accurate.
Exactly.
It makes sense.
Yeah.
We need to be able to trust these systems.
And at the end of the day, we have to remember AI is a tool, right?
Right.
It's not a replacement for human judgment and compassion.
That's a good point.
Healthcare providers should always be using AI responsibly, thinking critically about its recommendations, and putting their patients first. It's all about finding that balance between AI and human expertise.
Yeah, using AI to help us do what we do best, but never forgetting that human touch is essential.
Exactly. It's about harnessing the power of AI while also holding on to those core values of empathy, compassion, and human connection that are at the heart of healthcare.
That's a really important point. AI can help us, but it can never replace those uniquely human qualities.
Definitely not.
Well, we've covered a lot of ground in this deep dive into AI for nurse intelligence.
We have.
From the basics, like what AI even is,
Yeah.
to how it's being used right now, and even those ethical things to keep in mind. It's obvious that AI is going to change healthcare in a big way.
It really is.
So for all you nurses out there listening,
Yeah.
as you're dealing with all these changes, what are some key takeaways to keep in mind?
The biggest thing is don't think of AI as a threat to your job. It's not about robots coming in and taking over.
Definitely not.
It's about AI being a tool that can help you be even better at what you do.
Okay.
It can make your work easier, more efficient, and ultimately help you give your patients the best possible care.
I like that. AI is a partner, working with nurses, not replacing them.
Exactly.
It's about using technology to, supercharge what nurses already do so well, which is care for patients with skill and compassion.
Absolutely. But, just like with any powerful tool,
Yeah.
you got to know how to use it the right way.
Right.
That's why it's so important to keep learning and stay up to date.
Bro,
AI is changing so fast, so stay curious and be open to learning new skills and incorporating new knowledge into your practice.
that makes a lot of sense.
Yes.
Don't be afraid to take those online courses, go to workshops, read about the latest AI development.
Yeah, all of that. Knowledge is power, right?
Definitely. And in this case, knowledge about AI can make you a more effective and confident nurse.
Yeah, absolutely. And remember, even though AI is great at crunching numbers and finding patterns,
Yeah.
it's your human skills that make you irreplaceable as a nurse.
What do you mean?
All of those things, empathy, critical thinking, communication, building trust with patients.
Right.
Those are at the core of what you do. And in a world that's becoming more and more driven by AI, those skills are going to be even more valuable.
Because those are the things that make a nurse a true advocate for their patients. And those are things AI can never really replicate.
Exactly.
So as we move into this new era of healthcare with all this AI and everything,
Yeah.
it's about finding that balance,
Yeah.
leveraging the power of AI, but never forgetting the human side of things.
I agree. And as we use AI more and more in healthcare, your voice as a nurse is so important.
In what way?
You're the ones who see how this technology actually affects patients, how it changes the way we deliver care.
Right.
So share what you're seeing, speak up for ethical use, and help shape the way we use AI to make healthcare better for everyone.
It's a good reminder that nurses are the ones who are really looking out for patients, and that includes when it comes to AI.
Absolutely.
So, as we wrap up this deep dive, what's the one message you want everyone to take away?
I want everyone to be excited about the future of nursing with AI as their partner. Stay curious, stay informed, and be a voice for compassionate care in this new world of healthcare. There's so much potential here, And with the right approach, AI can help us create a better future for both nurses and patients.
That's a great message. And don't forget, everyone, download that PDF that goes with this deep dive. It's got a ton of great information that can help you on your AI journey.
For sure. It's been great talking about all this with you.
It has. Until next time, everyone, stay curious and keep pushing the boundaries of what's possible in healthcare.
Absolutely.
And remember, the future of nursing is bright, especially with the incredible potential of AI. Thanks for joining us on the Deep Dive.